Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Emerson and my pronouns are they, them. And today's video is going to be a little slow and tell. It's the slow stitch version of a show and tell. Slow and tell. I'm on display for all you crafters to see. I have been into slow stitching for almost a year now, and I've done a lot of things, and most of it is in this pouch. And I haven't looked at it in a while. I'm currently working on a bigger project that I'm making a video of, so that'll be coming in a few weeks. But I thought I wanna look at my finished work anyway, so I thought why not share it with you. Most of it is things I've finished, but there's also a couple things that I haven't finished that are just like almost continuous works in progress, kind of just like for whenever. But then there's also some things like projects that I've done on here. There's some that I made TikToks of that I never showed on here. So join me as I go through my slow stitching bag. And then I also have these, which are mostly finished. If you're interested in seeing my little slow stitch projects, what I've made so far, stick around. Maybe it'll give you some ideas. Maybe it'll give me some ideas. Let's go. Alright, so let's start with my current works in progress, kind of continuous progress. So I keep these. This is it's kind of fleecy, but it's not quite. I keep these in my basket. I've talked about my basket before. This is my work in progress basket. So a lot of these work in progress things live in here. Just got a bit of everything in there. I keep these in here so that I can do this project, which is, you can see it's pinned actually. These two pieces are just, you can see it's one piece here, one piece here, one piece here, one piece here, and then this big piece that I have to sew on. But this is the coolest one, I think. This is kind of my anything goes, you can tell I tried harder here, but then I tried less hard right here. This is what I do when I start to get overwhelmed about slow stitching, about projects, about wanting to make specific things, but then I start to overwhelm myself, and it brings me back to why I slow stitch and what I started doing it for, which is to relax, to create something with less thought, more intuition, more just going by the color and the fabric and the textures and everything together, because this is insane. It looks like crazy, but at the same time it also looks so beautiful. See, this already, this has just been chilling in there, and I already feel so inspired looking at this. My thought, I guess, with this was to just keep doing maybe these, or even just other ones with a backing or felt, and just sew it all together until I have literally just a big piece of fabric that I can make something with. In the same vein as this, I also have this is literally just an unfinished piece. If I didn't want to sew anymore on this, I would just boop, sew it together and just keep it growing, keep it going and keep it growing. Oh yeah, same with this one. You know, the great thing about slow stitching is that you can put a lot of effort into it and thought, here where I'm okay, I'm gonna go around each thing. Or you could just not, here where I kind of was a little bit more messy about it, or here where it's just very random. I do tend to like things just in line, in making it in order, as opposed to random like this. I always just like the feeling of it better, but that's just me. It's just how I naturally do it, and that's how I like it. And really, this is how I started slow stitching, like this, where I would just do pieces like this one I really like as well. I don't know, either way, right? Either way it goes. Where here, I just went crazy. You really can do anything, whether you like it or not. I don't love this, but also I love it. Does that even make sense? It's really just such an intuitive craft, such a relaxing craft. And yeah, I started to do the fabric collage like this, which I have a video, a whole big nice video about how to make a fabric collage, slow stitching. Yeah, it just brings you back to just having fun with little scraps of fabric and stitching. And literally no matter what I do, it almost always looks cool, which is great because I have anxiety and will sometimes get stuck of not wanting to make something because of the pressure of it. And even if I don't have a fun time making it right away, or I start to stress about it, the more I decide to just go insane about it, do random tiny bits that pulls me out of like thinking about how it's gonna look and just is literally just slapping stuff together in any kind of a way. Slow stitching, man. So these are like work in progress pieces here. And also this is a piece of, I think it was denim pants that I didn't want anymore. So I started slow stitching it with the intention of making like a bag out of it for myself. Like this, like in half. I don't know, but it's freaking cute. It's so cute and pink. And it's all just, here's just denim on denim with colors. This is like a variegated thread that I love because just these pinks and the green are my favorite. The side so far just has teddy bears. So that is my other like work in progress piece, which is like my biggest piece. Until you see my new project that I'm going to do that you'll see in a couple of weeks. Another work in progress thing that I started on and I just put it down, but I'm not going to not finish it. I mean, heck, it could be considered finished if you really want it to be. But it's this tassel. It's just a fabric tassel on a keychain. And it's just got like, you know, I went for like a pink and blue theme. I put like some beads and, oh, here I did like hearts. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. And here I like actually sewed this on top of it, which I also really liked. I really love the beads and I really love, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. The sequins. The sequins! I found like a bag of sequins at the thrift store and they just add like such a fun little color and sparkle to it. So I'll finish this when? I don't know, but it's okay. It's there and it's cute. This is sort of a work in progress. It's like a tiny little quilt. I know I made a TikTok of this, but I don't think I put it on here. And I really like it. When I struggle with wanting to do something other than just craziness, I'll just pick like a printed fabric and I'll just kind of sew over the pattern already that's there. So it's like a tiny little quilt. I think I planned on doing more. Like this one I did a lot, so I probably wanted to do more. But either way, it's so precious. And also a really good way to sew without any plans. You know the buggies? You know the little buggy bugs? If you've seen my video, Slow Stitching Bugs, they're here, and I still love them a whole lot. This is still my favorite. I'll link the video for these if you want to see me make these. My most recent little project, aside from the one that I'm working on for a video, is like little tiny fabric friends. I did actually do a little post on here of them. They're just so cute. This one's kind of very sloppily done. I know I was having like not a great time mentally while I was doing this, and sometimes I'll just get too much in my head about the project I'm working on, but I just pushed through and I made it. And he reminds me of a little Tamagotchi almost. And then this little guy, he's actually stuffed. Ooh, I punched the camera. This little guy, he is actually stuffed with all the scraps, the tiny scraps that came from making him. And he's got like little arms. I actually like sewed these and flipped them inside out. Boop, little arms and his heart, obviously, because he's got a big heart. Just little fabric-y guys that I just love. My precious little fabric guys. Let's dive into this big boy that I have not looked in. First thing I see are these freaking little like love note. I think I called them self-care notes or something. This one's "You belong. I think you're cool to do. Be a badass. You are powerful. You deserve good things." These I made around Valentine's Day, and I really put so much effort into this. I believe I saw, I want to say it was Daniela Mellon, who did like this look of like notes with stitching, and I just thought that was the cutest idea, so I had to do it in my own little way. There's definitely batting inside. I sewed my little signature, and they have like a little tiny hook if you wanted to like put a string in it to hang them up. These are so much fun. These are so much fun. I also did, these aren't just slow stitched. I machine sewed around the edges. I guess you'd call this a little bit more of embroidery than slow stitching, because slow stitching is more like anything goes and these were all like you know, the back stitch. Is that the word? Oh, more works in progress. Oh, this was gonna be a mountain man. Do I have her? Where is she? I don't know where she is. Hold on. I found the mountain man. I remembered she was out in the living room in like my little craft table or whatever. She's very stuffed. She's a thickie. She's a thick girl, but she's basically a mountain or a hill full of flowers and grass, and then her little face pops out almost like a little moon, and there I signed her little booty. I like her a lot, and I'm glad I found her. But then, yes, we found more works in progress. This one, oh, this was gonna be my first scroll, and it was gonna be all about, like, me, starting with, like, gender expression. I'm non-binary, which means I'm not a man or a woman, you know? I don't really identify with a gender. I call myself genderqueer. Yeah, and I use they them pronouns, obviously. That's what that is. And I'm using the colors of the non-binary flag here, yellow and purple and white and black. Heckity heck, I love it. It's so cute and pretty. I will have to work on this. I will definitely have to work on this. I forgot all about it. The scrolls, I'm inspired by a lot of people, but I'd have to say Misty Co makes amazing. That's how I found her, from her garden scroll. And that's how I've been inspired about scrolls. So this is just a black piece of fabric. And this is literally just stitches. All I did was add this piece of fabric over it. And I believe this was also, it's a mix of variegated fabric with like kind of Valentine's-y chocolate, brown, red, and pink. And then I did red and pink in the middle to kind of ombre it out. But this is another one that, like, it's just a piece, but I'll add it to something somehow at some time. This is a little lady that I made. Wow. So a little bit fancier than, like, some of my other things, but I do love her a whole lot. This one is technically a work in progress, but it also could technically be considered finished. It's like a little picnic scene. Oh my god, I love it. The picnic blanket? Frickin' A. And yeah, I have some that are just literally just like this, which is like just a little piece of fabric with other little pieces over it. I love the stuff that comes on like the selvage of the material, like the colors. And yeah, that's just a piece on muslin. A lot of my stuff is just on muslin and then built up from there. A couple more actually. This one, super, super basic, just a few pieces. Also a bit of a work in progress. The whole idea is like a wall with wallpaper and like pictures on the wall. There was definitely going to be another picture. Oh, this is like the little quilt I made. The first time I ever really tried like sewing the edge in a quilt way, but also like, yes, I really didn't try my hardest. It's very wonky, and that's totally fine. If I cared enough, I would have made it perfect, but the whole point is to not make it perfect. And this again is using the printed pattern that's on the fabric and sewing over top of it, and I added little beads, and it looks real crazy and fun. But yeah, there's so much to look at, a lot of texture and color. I love that. But yeah, here's a few more. See, I forget I've done things like this. This one, I don't even know, is this gonna be a little pouch? Look at this! I don't know what the stitch is called. I want to say the fly stitch. So yes, this definitely took more effort and focus. It's meant to be like, you know, leaves or the trees, and then here it's like water, like the river. I just kind of did little water patterns almost. Oh, you could see with the different shades of blue. But like, oh my gosh! I totally forgot, like, doing a lot of this stuff until I see it again. This is just on a piece of felt. I could make it into a little fabric journal. I might. I've been itching to do a slow stitch journal. You've seen these before, so I won't show them much. These are my like original fabric collages that I did my how to make fabric collage with slow stitching video. So this is the one I actually made on the video, to spoil it. So this is another collage, big collage that I did. I think this was the first one I made. This little beetle, which, again, one of the bugs that I made. Yeah, love him with lace legs. These are two different type of snails that I made. This one, which with completely sewing around the edges, which took a lot of time, but looks so good with the felt backing. He's also stuffed. But then this snail I just did a regular little running stitch around it, and he's not stuffed. He's just got like thick layers of felt. And I do have more of these cut out if I want to make more. This is a little cuff. I actually, see how I forget I did this? But I made a video of me slow stitching at the park, but in the car. And this was like a very anxious day, and I just sat and I slow stitched and made something beautiful. This is just like a little patch that I made with some little flowers made of sequins. I really like that. I think I was going to put it on like a shirt or something. This is a very sturdy boy because I really covered this. I was like, let's put as many stitches as we can. And I did it. There's a little other piece of fabric under here, but aside from that, it's all just one piece of muslin folded in half, I think. And again, this is something I can just add as a patch or add to another project. The back looks pretty freaking cool too. This is another one of the first ones that I did. This is a reminder that I really needed at the time, and also all the time. And also for anyone, because you also deserve only the best. It's in a little embroidery hoop. And finally, we're on the last thing, but this is actually pretty cool. It's the first like little pouch type bag I made with it. Oh, the lining is beautiful. But like I really tried with this one. Like it's thick, it's durable. It's not like the best sewn together. Oh, it's definitely a piece of felt that I just like folded in half and sewed together. Like I said, sometimes I try harder than other times, and that's totally cool, and that's what's great about slow stitching. Right. It's just a pile. It's piles on my desk, but this has truly reinvigorated and inspired me with my love of slow stitching and hand sewing to want to keep doing it. Oh, I knew there was another girl. I was like, where is she? I just looked at the other one. This is another little person I made. Fabric and stitches and some beads and a little charm. Oh, I'm so glad I found her at the last minute. Just look at it all. Oh, so scrappy, so colorful, so pretty. I hope that this video has inspired you at all, or renewed your love of slow stitching, or inspired you to want to start it. And like I said, I am having a new project. You know what? Let me give you a sneak peek. Alright, super sneak peek. I'm not even gonna explain anything. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got a little inspiration. If there's anything in particular that you would want me to make like a slow stitch or hand sewing video about, feel free to leave a comment down below. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next. Peace out. Slow and tell harsh words if you don't get a pick with me. Buy and sell like I'm a product of society. Art don't sell unless you fucked every authority.